So institutional money has been in the crypto markets for some time. I used to joke, well, not joke, I used to say, and I still say, that the vast majority of money inside of crypto is in fact retail. That's still the case. And that's probably going to be the case for a long time. Long time, well, long time in crypto might be a year, it might be 10 years, but a relatively long time. The reason for that is that it's a very hype-driven market, and hype means emotion. And institutions don't generally trade on emotion, though institutions do FOMO. They do, because they're run by people and people FOMO. But for the most part, the guys who FOMO, fear of missing out, really need to jump into something, say, oh, I'm never going to invest in that. Then it goes up 2, 3, 4, 5x. Their buddy says they invested, the other, so their neighbor says they invested, their butcher, their baker, their candlestick maker, they're all investing. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss the boat. Oh my God, what should I do? They invest. That's a retail crowd. And because the market is still very much hype driven, there's lots of retail money that flows in and out of this market. Though retail money gets scared when they see things like happened last week or the week before last with some capitulation and some leverage blowouts. However, institutional money is now coming in at a faster clip than it did before. Why? Well, you have large economies, most so the US, printing and printing and printing and printing money. There's a new plan, I think, on Biden's desk, or Biden's drafting a new plan, or the Democrats. Well, he's not drafting anything, obviously. But somebody's drafting a plan with a $6 trillion budget. And that's what, number 4, 5, 6 of these nice $1 trillion budget ideas. Not just budget. And it's not a budget, actually. It's spending. It's not a budget. It's just more spending on top of more spending, on top of more spending, more printing, more printing. And I think institutions are getting worried that obviously their mega deposits on their balance sheet, their treasury, is just going to become, worthless. And they want to be able to put their money into something that may actually hold its value. And Bitcoin's becoming one of the main off-ramps from US dollar currency in the US. And that's happening not only in the US, but also in other countries around the world. And that's bringing in more institutional money. When institutions, and institutional money doesn't, for me, to be honest, the real definition of institutional money is big money. And that's pension funds, that's endowments, that's institutional money. What we're seeing now is, I would say, corporate money, large scale corporate money, not necessarily institutional money, but there are institutions that are coming in. There are institutions that are opening the gates for their clients. They're allowing their clients to take a taste of the risk. And if their clients like the risk and begin to taste more of that risk and go in from just putting their toe in the water to the whole foot, their leg, up to the waist, over the head, then that's going to mean that those institutions that are opening those doors, like Fidelity, like JP Morgan, like all these other big boys, they're going to start putting their toes in the water as well. And obviously, JP Morgan's toe, figuratively speaking, is much bigger than your average investor's toe. We're talking many multipliers bigger. So institutional money is already here. It's going to continue to flow in. Institutional money doesn't get spooked like retail money does. In fact, they were probably buying into this leveraged capitulation that we saw, not the last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. And, retail was running, retail was scared. When you look really at what happened, nobody was really selling Bitcoin. The vast majority were just leveraged longs getting knocked out. Now, why are there so many leverage longs? Retails don't understand what leverage is. They don't understand how to use it. It's credit, and credit, any type of credit, whether you have a credit card, a home loan, a blah, 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 whatever, any type of credit you have, if credit's used wisely, it's a tool.